we have workout number 2. Working different muscle groups now. We're going to start with front lunges. These mean that you're starting with your feet hip distance apart. You're going to lunge forward into that same position we did for the split lunge, but now with both feet on the ground. You're then going to push with that front quad to propel yourself backwards. So now we're working those front of the thighs. We want to create a 90-degree bend with each leg, so I'll demonstrate first from the side so you can see that both legs bend to 90 degrees. I'm going to push with the power of the quad on this leg, and then we're going to alternate sides. 90-degree bend, push back to where I started. From the front, here, keeping that core tight, hips are straight forward, so I'm not tipping to one side, I'm not letting that come in, I'm not letting that back leg touch the ground. 90 degrees, pushing back, alternating feet. Second exercise we're doing are standing shoulder presses. You're going to need a gallon jug. You can use your milk jug, you can fill an empty jug, however it might be. You're going to hold it in both hands, keeping that chest up, standing up nice and tall, core is activated, pressing straight up overhead, down to your chin, and up. Keep the shoulders back and down so we're not shrugging up here. Keep that chest up, shoulders back, shoulder blades down, pressing up and down. Next one we're doing is wall sits. This is going to work the quads again. So we're going to head over to a wall. You're essentially going to pretend that you're sitting in a chair, but there's no chair. So put your back against the wall so you feel nice and steady. You're going to step your feet forward. We're going to get them about 18 inches off the wall. The goal for the position is that when you sit back into that chair position, we want you at 90 degrees. So put your feet far enough so that when you sit down, we're at 90 degrees. Sit down along the wall, and you're here. Can't brace yourself, that's cheating. We actually want to engage the quads, keep your feet fully planted, and your back flat against the wall. And sit here and you're holding it for 30 seconds. Okay. Next exercise we got are standing toe touches. Working a little bit of the core low back, some legs, we're working on core stability here too. You're going to take your right hand, you're going to keep your leg decently straight, soft lock, little bend, then you're going to reach down and touch your left toe. So you're going to stand up tall, down to the toe, stand back up. We're going to alternate sides, left hand, right foot, stand back up. Keep alternating back and forth. Next one we have our hip abductions. We're working the outer thighs. So we're going to lay down onto the mat, onto the ground. You can either prop yourself up on your shoulder, or if you're more comfortable, you can go all the way down to the ground. Your legs are straight, your hips are straight into the ground, we're not rotating back. You're lifting that leg straight open, as high as you can get it, working the glute and that outer thigh, back down. You're going to do all on one here, and then you'll flip to the other side and do all on the other. Next exercise, we have our bicep curls. We're going to take our gallon jug again, put it in our hands, stand up tall, elbows in, and we're curling all the way up to the chest, all the way down, making sure the elbows stay glued. We're not letting them pop out, we're not letting them roll back, and we're not letting them come forward. Imagine there's a pin connecting it all the way through, so those elbows have to stay glued right to your side. Then make sure that we isolate your biceps, and that we're not working your shoulders or your traps. Next one are glute kickbacks. So working the back side of those legs, we're going to put you on your hands and knees. We want to make sure your shoulders are over your wrists, and your knees are under your hips. You're going to keep your legs at a 90-degree bend, and you're going to lift straight up like you're touching the flat of your foot to the top of the ceiling. Flex that glute, come right back down, knee to the ground, flex back up. We're not opening up, we're keeping those hips squared, down and up. Right here. And then you'll do all on one, flex at the top, and then all on the other. Okay. Next one, we've got some abdominal exercises. We're going to do a plank. This one is similar to a push-up position, but rather than being up high, we're coming down onto our forearms. We're still going to keep our body nice and flat. Our shoulders are going to be over our elbows. We're not going to let that butt come up or down, forward or back. We're sitting right here. You're going to imagine the whole time that you're pulling your belly button to your spine to keep that core engaged, and you're holding right here. The last exercise for workout number 2 are crunches with your legs up. This is going to isolate those upper abdominals. So you're going to lay on your back. Your legs are going straight up to the ceiling. Hands on your ears so that we're not yanking on the neck at all. Keep that chin tucked. As you crunch, I want you to exhale. As you go back to the ground, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And that is workout number 2.